is Clifton Raheem Bradley of the Underground Railroad television show. Where am I at? I am in Chicago, Illinois. I am in the United States of America. Yes, I am. And what am I talking about? You know what? All I'm doing, I felt like just doing a broadcast tonight. And who knows? This may be short, it may be long. I don't know what it's going to be. I don't know, you know. And got good news. I want to thank all of the people that sent a donation to my PayPal account. Because you know what, you help. You see all this that you see that's going on. Somebody said you think you're doing something. I am doing something. You're looking at the lights. You're looking at the background. You're looking at everything. Man, thank you for your donations. You know what? Very appreciative. Because you know what? Without your donations, I would not have been able to get all of this equipment. And I promised that I was going to have do more shows of content, but not only that, it's the way you present it. It's the way you present it. That has a lot to do with it. And I just want to thank you. And if you did not send a donation to my PayPal account, you know what? Thank you, because I asked for prayers to help me in my work, in my endeavors to disseminate information. Because you know what? I knew I asked for donations, and it was just overwhelming. And you know what? All it was all I say because of you, but Allah, God was the one that was in control of everything. So you know what? One person, if it's one person that's looking at this broadcast, I am thankful. I am thankful because you know what? Some people say, man, it's got to be thousands of people. Well, it's just not in the numbers. You know what? Just because you do not see a tree fall in the forest, that does not mean that it did not make noise. So who hears is who hears, and it's God's will, whatever God wants. You know, don't have the best show. I don't have that. I have what Allah, God wants me to have. And you know what? That's sufficient. But I just want to say thank you. And with y'all help, you know what? To make better content, you know what? I'm gonna probably end up getting a Apple computer. I'm on an Apple computer now. I can't believe it. The Apple computer. Hey man, you know what? It was hard for me to learn. It was, man, because you know what? When you are in the PC world, out of PC computer, it's different than using a Mac. And what happened is, it's like you used to using your right hand, and then it tells you to use your left hand. But you know what? It's okay because you know what? I love to learn things, and I love new challenges. So what is going on in the world? What is going on? The world, first of all, I had good news. They always say start with bad news because they teach us in journalism classes that if it does not bleed, it doesn't lead. But in Chicago, we have a gentleman called Willie Wilson. Willie Wilson is an African American philanthropist. Philanthropist means he gives money, he gives donations. He has been buying people gas because he knows that it is hard times. He's in Chicago and he gave it out. And you know what? People had the audacity to get mad about it, saying, the traffic jams. I think Maria Pappas, from quoting right, said that next time that he will have to get a permit to pass out that type of gas. But you know what Willie Wilson said? Mr. Willie Wilson said, who ran for mayor of Chicago, he may run again, that if I got to get a permit, I got to give a permit. And you know what? People are just so critical of a man of color giving out gas. They wonder what is his ulterior motive. So what? So what? Okay, dig in your pocket and come up with $200,000, and he's going to he's going to, I think, pass out gas cards in Chicago and in the suburbs. I'm passing out gas cards so we don't have these traffic jams. But Maria Pappas, I was just surprised that she said something like that. He did. Here it is, Willie Wilson. He did something good, but they wanted to demonize it. But you know what? And incidentally, anybody that knows Willie Wilson, please, you know what? Tell him I will. He's in Chicago, in the United States of America. He is a good man, and you know what? I would love to do a show with him, to have him on my platform, Willie Wilson, because he's so hard. He's so hard to get to, you know. And I guess it's like he's got him grabbing at you, that person's grabbing at you, that person is going, and quite naturally, he has an inner circle that has to keep certain people away. You know, and people that don't have a big medium probably kept away. Maybe they not kept away. I'm not in the inner circle. So what anybody that knows Willie Wilson, please. But teacher always said one thing: you ask because you don't know who's listening to your broadcast of what you're saying. So anybody that knows Willie Wilson, please give him my number. 1-312-884-9757, because I would love to have him on my show, because he will be giving out gas. I think that I read March the 31st. I don't know what day that is. 2022 on in Chicago. That's something that he will be doing. Willie Wilson is just awesome. But again, I want to go back to you, the people that are listening. I want to thank you for all the people that are on YouTube. Thank you that sat back and did videos about green screens. All of you. There's some that sleep, there's some that's waking, there's some that are not on the internet right now. But you know what said is, I want to thank you. I want to thank you because I did not understand. I did not understand. Hey, how you doing? 247 Hamburger. Thank you for listening. But you know what? It was something. I hope you join this, and man. If you want to call, if you got a comment, anybody, you know, I'm just what I'm doing is all I'm doing is I'm starting the conversation. Okay. So if somebody want to come in with something, okay, ask, is he passing out gas Thursday? Worth millions this time. Mr. Muhammad, Assalamu alaikum. Yeah, he's passing out. Willie Wilson is passing out gas, and it is to be commended because, like I said, there's a group of people say, "Man, he must have something up his mind. He must have something up his mind. He's doing something. He's trying to get some." What are you talking about? Because there are organizations of other people of other ethnic backgrounds that give money, a philanthropy fee. You don't even question that. You know, you don't question that. You know, it's. I know what I don't want to. I don't want to bring race into this. But all I can say is he's an African American man that is trying to do, not trying. He's doing good in the community, and I commend him for that. You know, I really do. I commend him for that. And something in the chat room. It say he will also, okay, this Thursday, it was correct. 3/24, 2022, he will be giving out gas. And you know what? On my Facebook page, if I can get that, I will post that on my Facebook page because you know what? This is part of a responsibility. If I'm doing this, I'm supposed to be disseminating information, not glorifying me, glorifying what other people are doing. That's what I'm supposed to be doing, you know. But Willie Wilson, who knows? He may end up running for mayor. Who knows? I don't know. He may end up running for mayor. But you know what? The things that are going on in Chicago, I like to say something to young men out there. I wish the young men would be a little more respectful. You know, when you walk into places and you have your pants pulled down and there are women available, first of all, you know, I do not believe. Assalamu alaikum. May Allah continue to bless. May Allah continue to bless you too. You know, that's the only way. And when you walk in someplace, and you know what, you are exposing your buttocks, your genitalia to young ladies. I think that it's wrong, and I think that it's disrespectful. And young men, please, because you know something. I'm not coming across ways I know everything. I don't know everything. Allah knows everything. But if you don't want to have respect for yourselves, I'm asking, young men, please think about it. Please pull your pants up. Because you know what? You're walking past somebody's mother. You're walking past somebody's daughter, aunt. But most of all, you should respect yourself. There's a song called Respect Yourself. And that's something that should, that's something that you should do. You should respect you should have enough respect for yourself because often when we see things done, you know what? We don't want to see, just like when we used to play the dozen school. Okay. When somebody that don't know what playing the dozens is, you know, you get to talking about, oh man, your daddy this and your sister that. But when you got to talking about the mama, that was hands off. So what you're doing, young man, is you're walking past somebody's mother, which they are the queens, the ladies out there, whether you know it or not, and you're highly disrespecting them. But you're not only that, you're disrespecting yourself. So I'm asking, and because I know everybody is not going to see this, they're not going to see this. And but please, pull your pants up. I was at a gathering one time, and there was a young man. It was a little boy about this high. Okay, when I say this high, holding my hand up, that doesn't help you. Probably like about 3 feet and a half. He walked in the gathering with his pants pulled down to his butt. You know what I said? And I usually just stay out of people's business. But you know what? I said to myself, I said, I'm going to talk to the Father when he comes in. And behold, guess what happened? The Father came in with his pants pulled down to his butt. And I said, oh my God, astaghfirullah. I said, you know what? Alhamdulillah. That was just nothing that I could say. There's nothing I could say. I just I feel bad about this. I feel bad about the situation. You know, brother said they will, excuse me, going back to the gas, they will start passing out the gas at 7 a.m. And once I get those addresses, I will post them on my Facebook and my YouTube page. And I feel so bad because how can you fault the little boy, because you know what, the man is the role model. He's watching him and he's emulating his father. And I just felt bad, you know. So I was in McDonald's once and told a young man, you know what, man, you should pull your pants up. He said, man, who do you think you're talking to? You know, I pulled him to the side. And he said, you know what, man? I'll pull out my gun, man. I'll take care of you for this. I said, no, brother, I don't want this type of action. I'm just saying you ought to have more respect for the queens, for the women that are out there, because the women are the queens, whether you know it or not. But he didn't want to hear that. But I was with my buddy, Top 10. That's a buddy. I'm in the Top 10 club, and you know what? We meet for coffee in Chicago. Yes, we do. We talk politics. We talk government. We can't change one policy, but they're old men. Once you get old and get all this gray, you'll know what I'm talking about. We meet on out 79th, close to 79th and Yates at the McDonald's in Chicago. And we just talk politics. We have fun with each other. You know, it's social gathering. We don't come there. We don't come there for the coffee. I believe we're coming there for social gathering. Hell, come join us one day. You know, but I'm not the leader. Top 10 is Mr. Ramsey's, you know, and that's what we talk about. But the thing is, I would say that no matter whether you're in Canada, no matter whether you're in the United States, Central America, Mexico, Europe, Asia, Africa, the UK, pull your pants up. Okay. But like I said, I want to go back to what I originally said. I want to humbly just thank all of the people, th- all of the people that helped me in this platform to grow this platform. And there's some people that have tried to discourage me, but you know, I want to tell y'all thank you, because you gave me the encouragement to move on, to move forward. When I listen to somebody say you can't do it, sometimes I say to myself, why are they saying that? Why are they trying to discourage you? I heard somebody told me, man, there's only one person listening to you. So what? Because if you can do something to influence and change one person's life for the good and for the better, you've done something. You've done something. And I look at people when they say that it's only one. So what? And the thing is, you don't know whose life that's going to affect. So if you're doing things for the dunya, to satisfy, to get the numbers, we all want the numbers. But see, I'm intelligent enough and I pray enough to Allah to know the God to know that I will get exactly what my creator wants me to have. So I'm a businessman. I'm not a big businessman. I'm a small businessman. But I know if I pass out 1,000 business cards, 1,000, 2,000, I'm going to get exactly what my creator has allotted for me. And you know what? That's sufficient. That's sufficient. Okay. OBI wants command voice. Hello, Kenobi. How you doing? I know that for some people it's about it's about the numbers, and you know what? It's about glorifying the world. But I look at it is if one person gets something good from what I said, I have made an impact on that person's life. But not only does it help him, but it may help a future generation. But like I said, some people, my brother asked me, he said, "Man, you think you got the best show?" I do a television show in Chicago called the Underground Railroad. I said, "No, man, I don't do I don't believe that I do the best show in Chicago, because if I did the best show in Chicago, Fox Television, CNN, and ABC and Al Jazeera's News, they would be beating down my door. So therefore, I'm doing what God wants me to do. That's more important to me than millions watching. If you glorify the dunya out of earth, and this is your heaven, it's your thing. Do what you want to do. But like I said, I want to say, I want to give a shout out. Hey, Kevin is my main man. I've been trying to get Kevin on for a long time. Kevin, uh, Star Wars reference geeks don't mind me, sir. It's all good, my brother, my sister. Okay. And Mr. Kevin, I'm trying to get his thing up. Well, you know what? Well, I've been trying to get Kevin on the show for a long time. He did a great show. We was talking about the code of silence. We was talking about Larry Hoover. We was talking about Jeff Ford. We was talking about the jail system, and we was talking about all that. And but the thing is, um, I want to commend these live streaming apps. I you know what? I worked with a lot of live streaming apps before I made a decision, and you know what? I was very, very, very disappointed with Melon live streaming app. They have a duck as a symbol, and it's pink. Very disappointed. And StreamYard is good, but you know what? I gotta give it to these people a real stream. You know what? I'm gonna be promoting this, and I probably will end up putting a link there. So if you join it, first of all, you should use what's best for you. But Melon live streaming app was terrible for me. And you know what? I tried, but each time I went on, there was something wrong with the green screen. It wasn't connecting to YouTube or Facebook. And I had a big problem with it. Even after communicating with them, hey, it's a problem, and they assuring me that it's okay. And this to me, real stream, it's the real deal so far. So far. You know what? It's easy to use and all these things. But I want to tell people that I think people that are thinking about getting a new computer right now. They're thinking about getting a laptop. You know something? I had a PC for years. And I have to admit one thing, I was kind of intimidated to get an Apple computer. Because you know what? When you used to something, you don't want to go back to trying to learn all over again. And you know what? You know what? I'm starting to understand that somebody said when you use the Mac, you don't go back. And I didn't really understand that because you know what? I'm still learning it. I'm navigating my way through. It's like you use your right hand. But the thing is, it's like I'm using my left hand. It's like I'm learning all over again. And I'm finding out something about Mac. Mac computers have been, I think that it's more secure. And I think it's great that they have their own ecosystem. With certain programs that is not passed by Mac, you're not going to be able to download. You're just not. You have to go to the Mac store in some cases. And the other thing is the battery life with the Mac, the battery life. And the Mac Apple people, they're really, really, really watching over their product. I don't even think you need virus protection. But the PC, what I'm thinking about the PC is You sometimes you get things and you just don't get the right update because you know what? They're shipping updates out to, let me see, Samsung, let me see, Dell computers, Toshiba, and you know what? It's like a cluster to a certain extent. And you know what? And God forbid you don't have a warranty on that PC because hey, the sound may go out, anything like that. And if you don't have a PC, you have a PC, you might have to end up just taking your computer back. You know, okay. Somebody put something up there. Okay, I'm gonna read it. See, he will be passing out gas costs Thursday. Okay, so okay. And there's something else they want me to read. If you want to call, you can. OB1 can be okay. And yeah, yeah, no, I'm working with this new technology. Kevin, hey Cliff, it's been a while. While recovering from, oh brother, I'm sorry about the stroke. Sorry about that, brother. You know what? I'll be praying for you. I always be praying for everybody, actually praying for everybody in the dunya. Everybody. You know, but I'll be praying for you that you get stronger and stronger and stronger, brother. You know. Yeah. See, the Lord is not, Allah is not finished with you yet. Okay. I like to talk about the Ukraine. The Ukraine. Oh, man, the Ukraine. I'm gonna read this. I feel Biden is covering up something about his son. Oh, his son. Now you know what? Was it a coincidence that his son got a job in the Ukraine and he didn't have any experience? I don't think it was a coincidence, but I have to acknowledge something to you. If I was in a position to help my son land a contract or join an organization and he had very, very little experience or something, and to make him a millionaire, I would do the same thing. You know, because you know what, God bless the child that has his own. But you know what, I think this is my personal opinion. It's a fool that don't help his own. It's a fool. I'm gonna say it again. It's a fool that don't help his own. So you know what? I cannot blame Joe Biden. I cannot blame Joe Biden. I cannot. I cannot. And you know what? These people over at Fox Television, you know what? The way they talk about him, they demonize him, they put him down. They say he's old and he remembers. He doesn't remember. Hell, I put my keys down 3 days ago and forgot where I put it a couple seconds ago. So you know what? To the people at Fox Television, one day you're gonna get old. You're gonna get old. And you may think it's funny, you're going to lose your memory. If you have a mother, father, a grandparent. So to make mockery of Joe Biden because he forgets, you forget. I forget. So what are you talking about? What are you talking about? You know? And that's what I would say about Joe Biden. You know what? We all, you know what? It's this thing called age. As we continue to get older and older, we lose our faculties because you see, like in the Bible, once a man, twice a baby, or once a lady, twice a girl. You revert back to what you were. So you know what? Fox Television and Mr. Carlson and Hannity, they put him down, but I guess they supposed to because you know what? That is a conservative news station, Fox Television. It is. You know, and you know what? I like to listen to what they're saying on Fox. I'm listening because I'm analyzing. But getting back to what you're saying about the Ukraine, see, I believe what's going on in the Ukraine, first of all, I want to see peace. But second of all, I believe that there was a treaty with Ronald Reagan. It was a treaty with Ronald Reagan and Gorbachev. It was a treaty. And in that treaty, I'm going to get the number of that treaty. It said that when the Cold War ended, and President Reagan said, tie down them walls. It said that that countries that left the Soviet Union after the Cold War ended, they could not join NATO. This is the truth. But first of all, let's see. I'm an American citizen. I love the United States of America. Don't get me wrong. You know what? But Thomas Jefferson said the greatest form of patriotism is calling things out when you see things that are wrong. So going back, Thomas Jefferson was a president a long time ago. But what happened is, once they left the Soviet Union, that's like me taking off this arm. Separated. Okay. There was a treaty that said that no country that left the Soviet Union could join NATO. And I believe that the war is going on in the Ukraine because there are countries that left the Soviet Union, or the USSR at that time. They left and they want to join NATO. Okay, but there was agreement signed. So you know what? And somebody's saying, you know what? They reneged on the agreement. So in Poland right now, there are missiles that are pointed at the Soviet Union. The Ukraine wants to join NATO. Poland is in NATO, and they're on the borders. Both of them, I believe, I may be, they're on, Ukraine is on the borders of Russia, and this says Poland is close to Russia, and there are missiles pointing at Russia right now. And I believe that the USSR, which said not the USSR anymore, Russia believes that they are being surrounded. They're being surrounded by nations. It's like me and you make an agreement. Hey, man, you know what, man? You got a mob. Okay, we're gonna negotiate, man. You know what? But the ones that with me, they can't come. They can't come over there with you, man. After we sign this treaty, and then you find out, you understand that everybody, you know what? They trying to come over there to you. Wait a minute, man. We signed the agreement. We signed the agreement that the people that use my people are my folks. Say on the south side, the east side of Chicago, can't join up with your mob. And they joining up with your mob. And I'm looking at it, I'm saying, I'm being surrounded. And you know what? At some point, when I see this, I'm gonna have to do something about it. Because what good is it gonna be if you continue to just surround me? On nation after nation, pretty soon, anything that I do, you can sanction anyway because you got me surrounded. That's what I believe. I believe that I again, I love the United States. This is the country I held. I fought in the military. I fought in the military. I was in the Navy. That's right. I was in the Navy. Okay. So that's what I believe is going on. I feel that they feel just as strongly, just as threatened as we felt during the Russian missile crisis. There was a missile crisis where Khrushchev, who used to be the president of the USSR before the Cold War, wanted to send missiles to Cuba. And our president said, damn it, that ain't going on. We demand it because that's too close to the United States of America. Now, here it is, Russia in Cuba, Fidel Castro, they were allies. But we said because they're so close, the country was up in arms about it. They was mad, they was upset, and they told Khrushchev, you know what, if you do put missiles there, it's gonna be a problem. And so what I'm saying is in Poland, there are missiles that are pointed at the Soviet Union, probably maybe a little farther distance. But I'm talking about the missiles that were in Cuba. Florida is so close to Cuba. Poland is so close to the USSR, Russia. And I believe that is what's going on. I believe that just like the United States felt threatened by the missile crisis that was going to take place in Cuba, because Cuba is so close to the United States. I believe that Russia feels threatened because they signed the agreement, okay, saying that no nation is separated from the Soviet Union. A USSR could join it. That's what I believe. But I believe that they could come to a peaceful resolution. I believe that. I believe that. I believe that they could come to a peaceful resolution, and I would like to see that. Okay, it's time, and okay, this is a sign of the end of times for the people to expose themselves. Inshallah. Inshallah. Well, all praises to the Allah. So Allah knows that we're coming to the end. we're coming to the end. The one day the smoke will come up out of Yemen. We know that you're eating foods that you think that you're getting filled up on, and it doesn't hold any nutrition, as little nutrition as possible. Women are getting married later and later in life because they're more concerned with the dunya than they are here at the hereafter. Women are walking outside, exposing themselves. And those are signs, all praises due to Allah, that the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that people they're Islamic brothers that are building mosques to glorify them. It will may shine that my mosque looks better than yours, and my mosque is higher than yours. But these are signs, and all these things are happening. And I'm not a scholar. And you know what? May Allah forgive me. If I have said something wrong, you know what? May Allah forgive me because I'm responsible for that. So that's why I'm saying y'all do your own research because you know what? I got enough to pay for. But these are signs. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he described these things would happen, and these are signs. And I do not. I hate to say it. I hate to say it. No, I hate to say it that I do not believe the times are gonna get any better because all of these things that you see going on have already been prophesied already. Flint, Michigan, as you said. Tom Flint said that 7 chemical labs in the Ukraine set up by the United States. Lord have mercy. So I'm saying all praises due to Allah. I do not believe the times are going to get any better. I don't believe that. The only reason I don't believe that because this is prophesied. because man, I'm turning this into a religious show. I didn't mean to do that, but it's okay. That everything that you see going on has already been prophesied already. And these things that are going on, man is glorifying the dunya out of earth and seeking their joys and their pleasures from the earth and being prideful, joyful. And nothing wrong with being joyful. High they beating their chests. And these are nothing but attributes of the shaitan or the devil. And certain genders are doing things with other genders, are the same genders. And unfortunately, I see the society going down. I don't, it ain't, but you know something, not really me saying, you know what, all these things have been prophesied already. That's what I'm gonna say. Is all these things have been prophesied already. They arise. And have you ever heard of Gog and Magog? Yes, I have heard of Gog and Magog. I heard of them. Think that they are two angels, but I'm gonna have to look that up. That's what I believe. That's what I believe. But you know, I have to look that up. Gog and Magog. But like I say, the times it's going to get rough. But you know what? When you talk about the Ukraine and Russia, one thing I notice: China, very smart people, very, very. The Asians are the Chinese. I can't put them all in the same bus because there's Asians, there's Chinese, there's people from Taiwan. But China, very smart people. They're sitting back. They're watching. They're not only watching, they're analyzing. They're analyzing because it could be a provocation. There's a provocation going on right now between China and Taiwan. And China is studying. You know, they nod their heads like this, and I'm not trying to be derogative. That's out of respect. They're watching, they're analyzing. And they're looking at what the United States and NATO is doing to Russia. And what they're doing, they're so intelligent, wise. They're drawing up a game plan right now. And I like President Joe Biden. I don't believe that his leadership and the people that are surrounded by him are smarter than the people in China. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. Okay. So China is like walking a tightrope, a tightrope, you know, like a trapeze, man, going on a tightrope. But they're watching, they're analyzing, they're processing information right now. And they're looking to see how they can use this to their advantage. But stay in the middle, but they will be able to sell products to Russia and the United States. But by doing that, they get the opportunity to build up their capital and make more ships, do more things for their people, buy more airplanes, and invest in the future. But I think the U.S. President Joe Biden knows that. I don't believe that it's anything that he's going to be able to do. I don't think that the United States has the will to get into anything that escalates with China because everything that I have on, nothing is made in the United States of America. Nothing is made. And we cannot compete with the economical structure of what their workers are making, because we have union workers in the United States of America. Joe Biden knows it, and the China president knows it. Even if you start getting stuff made down in Mexico, that takes long, because you know what? There's a what you call it? There has to be a transition. It takes time. Takes it happens in stages. But China, and you know what? The people from China, very smart. The educational system, I would say, is real good, because you know what? When you graduate out of 8th grade, from what I understand, you have to be able to learn 2 languages. That's one of the requirements. But I don't know if they make. Of course, any country makes exceptions to the rules. But President Xi, I think this is President Xi of China. He's a very smart man, and he knows all he has to do is use his mind and his intelligence. All he has to do is just bide his time, stay neutral. That way, he has two sides fighting against the other. And China, they're making man-made islands for strategical reasons. You know? Okay, got something in here. Okay, assalamu alaikum, Mohammed. Russia has strategic bombs in Venezuela. I didn't know Russia has strategic bombers in Venezuela. I was not aware of that. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, Russia. And I believe probably, since Russia and China are communist nations, they probably will work together, but one will probably end up double crossing the other. But that's what China is doing right now. Very smart people. They're playing two ends against the middle, but they're right in the middle. But they're intelligent enough not to go against the Soviet Union, not to go against the United States, but like the Romans used to say, all they're doing is just biding their time. Very smart. Very smart. You know, there's something in the chat room. I'm going to read it. Certain scholars' opinions that the United States is falling, asking the world scholars true information. I believe the United States, and I love it, this country, it is falling. I think it is falling. But every modern civilization, from the Spanish Empire to the Roman Empire, has fallen. I believe that the United States is falling because they have deviated off the path of God. Believed it. I believe that. You know, I don't. I do, because of the things that are going on in this society. People drinking when they want to. People playing lottery tickets when they want to. People living with people that they're not married to. People. I ain't gonna say there's nothing about male and female, female and female. I'm not even gonna say nothing about that. But people are doing what they want to do. And the thing is, the Creator, Allah, is not pleased with that. So it's like you have a child, okay? You have a child, okay? And if you don't have a child, you may have one day, and your child may do something, and you talk to your child. Oh man, don't do that. Don't do that, man. You know what? Put your hand in the fire to get burnt. They put it in there anyway. Stay out too late. And you know what? You keep on there talking to your kids. And we're not kids of Allah. We're creations of Allah. You keep talking to your kids, and they still keep on doing what they want to do. At some point, you're gonna give them a whooping. You're gonna punish them because they are going against they were even though they are not they were not on were they were they ever on the path of God? that's, that's a good question. No. But the thing is, what I'm saying in essence is when you deviate from the path of God, there's a chastisement, a lot. There's a chastisement that is going to happen, and that is what's happening to not just America. It's happening to the world. You know, it's sad. It's sad where in America, where your senator could walk in and get the best health care in the world. But here it is, the very people that put them in office, they got to wait around. It's bad. But I love this country because I can go to the VA. Okay. But, it's like in England, we used to sing the song, London Bridge is falling down, London Bridge is falling down. That is what's happening to America because the United States is controlled by only 1 or 2% of the population. And that's the Oppenheimers, the Bills, the J.P. Morgans, the Warren Buffetts, and families that I don't even know about. And they're taking the majority of the wealth. And actually, the wages that they give the people are not really keeping up with inflation. And they have robots. They have robots to take your place. You see, you have become an impediment. You have become an impediment to the society and the culture. You have. They have robots to take your place. I go inside Walmart, man. It's a cashier watching about five or six checkout lines, and go to a bank. You got more machines. They got machines and artificial intelligence that are taking jobs. But when you want to act up, they got the prison industrial complex that you can invest in on the stock market. Okay. And I guess that may be the only, I'm thinking about that. I just thought about that. Thank you, somebody. Put something up there. I'm going to read it, best of my ability. Certain scholars, you know what? That may be the only way that the United States can compete with China is by robotics and artificial intelligence taking jobs and the prison industrial complex where people make $5 or $1 a day. It may be the only way that they can, that's the only way they can compete. The United States can't compete with China economically. And I believe a lot of the people are smarter, because there's fierce competition for jobs. I mean, there's fierce competition for jobs, and they take pride in their education. You ain't got to pay them something, because I heard that once upon a time they pay somebody because they make an A, they make a B, or something like. You ain't got to do that in China. I think, man, they honor the people that are smart. They even put their names in newspapers. Okay, and they put their names in newspapers and they honor their teachers. You know how we think about Michael Jordan, LeBron James. Okay, they treat their teachers like superstars because they know they're educating a group of people to come forth in the world and for China to lead. And that's what China's doing right now. They're very smart people. President Xi is not no fool. Never said Joe Biden was a fool. Never said that. And Putin is not no fool either, you know. And but that is what that's so I believe though that, like I said, China is the juggernaut, are sitting back watching, and they can say they're taking intellectual. China is also taking intellectual properties and copying it, but not just copying it, they're making it better in some cases. So President Joe Biden, President Xi is not no fool. Putin is not no fool, you know, but I understand that that's the news media's intention. Intentions to make them look evil and to demonize them. But there are reasons to things that are going on. No, I didn't say too much. Okay, I'm gonna read this. Assalamu alaikum. Russia has the strength and bombs, and bombers in Venezuela. Yeah, it ain't no doubt about that. Brother, I thank you. Okay, that was. I'm gonna read this. China and Russia are right now putting Africa in debt. This is a fact. That's a, you know what? When the brother say that, brother or sister say this is a fact. That's a fact, Jack. Because what you know what? The Chinese are so smart. They're giving loans to the diaspora in Africa at great rates that they know those countries will not. I repeat, they will not have the ability to pay it back. But they're so smart. They're using the land is being used as collateral. So that's like if you give me a loan in collateral, I say, you know what, man, I'm gonna put up my home. I'm gonna put up my home. Okay, that's gonna be security. Whereas if I don't pay you back, you know what, you get the home. And you giving me a loan, and you know I'm poor and raggedy to a certain degree, and you've analyzed it, and you know that I won't have the ability to pay you back. China is smart. Smart people. Smart. Ming Dynasty and all that. The Great Wall. Is smart. So they're buying up the diaspora and they have bought up Detroit. A lot of people don't know. For people that are looking at this, China bought up Detroit when they went in bankruptcy. In Detroit, they used to make automobiles. Okay, big. But what happened is it went into bankruptcy. Bankruptcy means, man, I lost all my money. I lost everything. But what China did, they bought up Detroit. They bought a lot of buildings and I'm talking about depleted properties and the branded properties. So they're buying up the country. But you know what? I think that China, they're so smart. I think that they understand that they have soldiers, but the new soldier is not the soldier that you're talking about with men marching. The new soldier is the computer chip. So there's a brainchild back there like TikTok. They can collect information. And since we get the majority of our products from China, and we get the majority of our computers from China, you don't know what type of code is embedded in there. You don't know what that megadata, you don't know where that megadata is going. I don't know all the scientific words for those that listen. I'm not a scientist. I guess you could tell that anyway. But you don't know. So the new soldier is not the army man walking down the streets, 2, 3, 4, like this. The new soldier, and really the new soldier, is the computer chip. They understand that. And God bless the United States of America. I'm sorry that we in that situation. I'm sorry we have deviated off the path of God. I am sorry. Yeah. But I could say Joe Biden now. Things that he has done, two things I like. I like that he left Afghanistan. And I like that he's allowing more Muslims from Afghanistan to come into the United States of America. These are people that pray 5 times a day. They believe in one God, Allah, Ramadan. They believe in Zakat, helping the poor. And you should take the heart. So these are not evil people. You know, he's letting more and more of them come in the United States. So in my opinion, it will not bring down the United States of America. It will enrich the United States of America. And the people that are in the Ukraine, he's letting he's letting people from the Ukraine come in. I believe that would help make the country better. You know, and he's not fighting against Sanctuary City. Sanctuary, you know what Sanctuary City is, where is if you come into this country, whether you are Muslim, are you from Ukraine, out of Russia, come to Chicago, they will help you. Okay? It takes food to go against Allah. It takes some food to go against Allah. There's no doubt about that. There's no doubt about that. Alhamdulillah. So Joe Biden, what he's doing is, and I believe it's the will of Allah. He's letting more Muslims come to the United States of America. I commend him for that. He's letting Ukrainians going to come in from the United States of America. And Muslims that are listening, people that are immigrants, you could come to Chicago, okay? Because we believe in Sanctuary City. So meaning that you can get the goods and the things that you need, and you can even get a license. So Joe Biden, to me, on that aspect, I heard a lot of Muslims say that. A lot of Muslims. Joe Biden, he's all right. He's all right. He's all right. You know what? He's all right. You know, I'm not gonna say nothing about the other fella because I don't want to cause no trouble. But Joe Biden is all right. That's all I can say. But y'all, you know what? I'm gonna put this up, and then I think what I'm gonna do, China is not only smart but also evil. China is oppressing the Muslims in their country. Yeah, you know what, and it's something, and you know what? I always pray for the Muslims in China that are being oppressed. Just like I pray for the Palestinians. Hope they come to a resolution in Israel. I pray for them and what China is doing to the Muslims by oppressing them. My imam in Masjid El Fachir at 47th of Woodlawn in Chicago talked about it. You know, that they're being oppressed. You know what? We must pray for the Muslims wherever they are, you know, in the globe that are being oppressed. We must pray for them. And you know what? Always do. Always do. But you know what? But Allah will take care of that. You know, I was with somebody. I was with a Dr. Leon and a Dr. Shem Shai of the Hebrew Israelites in Chicago. We was talking about the Illuminati, the Skull and Bones, and Foreign Relation Committee, and Bilderbergers. And he said, "You know what, man? We know about them." He was saying they was evil. Okay, Shem Shai said, "We know about them, But you know what? He's a Hebrew Israelite. But he said, but remember one thing. After it's all said and done, the Lord above is in control. So you know what? If you know what they have made the dunya, they have made the dunya. They have the earth. They have made the dunya their heaven. But each soul shall taste death. By Allah. I ain't talking about doing nothing crazy. Don't get it confused. Don't get it twisted, people that's looking. I ain't talking about that. Each soul should there was a story of a man that wanted to escape death. Okay? He went on a ride. You know, he had a kingdom. He went on a ride. He said, man, I'm going to ride far away from death as I can. He stood the horse. And he said, you know what? I'm going to run farther away from death. He got in a boat with his men. And they rowed the boat. Roll your boat. Rowed the boat. Then he built a fortress guarded by his men. And he went up to the top of the towers. Guess who was waiting up there for him? It was death. He said, it's strange. I know you got a village back there. It's strange, but I didn't know why they told me to meet you here. So nobody can escape death. So some people have glorified themselves in the dunya on the earth. They believe that their cars and their money and their wife and their kids will protect them from the hellfires. Their riches, their glory, people patting you on the back, people telling you how good you are, how great you are. That ain't gonna mean nothing. It means nothing. You know, you gotta look. You know what? You have a very, very little mind. Thank you. All praises due to Allah for saying that I'm right, but the Quran is right. I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing, brother. All praises due to Allah. I don't claim nothing. I don't know nothing. Man. Anything that has come out of my mouth that is good comes from Allah. Anything that's bad comes from myself. May Allah forgive me. May Allah protect me when I go to sleep tonight. Whereas if I will do leave, when I do leave this dunya tonight, that Allah will expand my grave and give me the things that I desire, and I shall go across the bridge of Araya and get in the Jannah. So you know what? I guess that's what I'll leave y'all with. But like I said, all of the people that watch, even if it's one person, all praises to Allah. All praises to Allah. Even if so what? If there's one person, so what? Because you know what? If I said something to help to impact one person's life, I did something. And you know it wasn't for me, it was to do, I was really led to do this because I wasn't really thinking about making no show today. I was thinking about it, but you know what? But the thing is, it seemed like whatever I start talking about, I always get back to Allah. And you know what? But that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing. But tell everybody, I do a television show called The Underground Railroad that comes on in Chicago every Saturday night at 10:30 p.m. Central Time. And we come on YouTube. Maybe I'll put the YouTube that link in my description. But I want to thank the people that sponsor the Underground Railroad. They've helped me. I want to thank Citizen Suburban newspaper in Chicago. Okay. And I think they had 87th and Kenwood, over there where the old WVON station was. And Brother Stan, who was my barber. My hair look bad. It's not because of him. At 90, 80, 79th in Jeffrey. 7900 Jeffrey at Frazier's Barbershop. And Rick's Mufflers at 83rd and Commercial. Fix cars. And Royal Camera Shop. I want to thank them for helping me, but most of all, I'm gonna say most of all, I want to thank the people that gave me the donations. Because you know what, it says something to my PayPal account. Because you know what, I'm gonna work to make this show better and better and better. And you know what, I'll be here as long as Allah wants me to. If Allah tells me to stop tomorrow, though, I'm gonna follow the command of Allah. But as long as I don't, I'm gonna try to make better shows. And if you want to be a guest, give me a call. Give me a call. Give me a call. Kevin. Oh, let me see. I'm gonna read this. Argue with them in the best way. Quran. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. All praises to Allah. Yes. And no doubt, because Ramadan is right around the corner. Inshallah. I gave the best words for myself. All praises to Allah. I did get best words for myself. I was trying to, if I did it for myself, forgive me. I'm trying to do what Allah wants me to do, because there's nothing that I say or do. Nothing I say or do that's good is coming from myself. It's coming from Allah. And you know what? I wanna thank everybody. And you know what? I hope that I would hope that the people, one person, if there's one person that like this, give me a thumbs up. If you don't like it, it's fine. And like I said, thank you for the donations. But I ask people, I'm asking, I'm not telling anything. You know what? If you could say a prayer for me to help me in my work, in my endeavors, dua, I really would appreciate it. Because you know something, that's more important than any donation that you can send me. Just saying a prayer for me. And I pray that Allah was pleased what I said. And you know what? I bear witness there is no God but Allah, and the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is the last prophet and messenger and apostle of God. And pray for the people that are in the Ukraine and Russia. Yeah. Thank Allah for all the prophets and Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He was a messenger of truth and reality. So you're looking at the Underground Railroad television show. We come on in Chicago and we produce videos in Chicago. We do video editing. We film television shows. But I want to, just humbly say, Assalamu alaikum to everybody. Whether you're in the United States, Canada, Central America, Asia, Africa, Europe, UK, Asia. Thank you. The people that are suffering in China by oppressive government, Allah will deal with that. Allah will deal with that. To the brothers in the UK, Islam for the UK, give them strength. So Joe Biden, thank you for letting more Muslims come to the United States and you're letting Ukrainians will be coming to do that. Thank you. Most of all praises due to Allah. And assalamu alaikum.